Welcome to What's Math. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my channel. This video will focus on writing linear equations or perpendicular lines. When it comes to the slope of perpendicular lines, first you want to change the sign, and then you want to flip the fraction, the reciprocal. So it's the negative reciprocal. Example, if the slope of one line is equal to negative 2 over 5, then the perpendicular slope would be positive because this was negative. Now it becomes positive, and instead of 2 over 5, it becomes 5 over 2. If it was 1 over 7, then the line that is perpendicular to it will have a slope of negative 7, because when you flip 1 over 7 becomes 7 over 1, and anything over 1 is itself, so it's negative 7. Example, write an equation for a line that is perpendicular to y equal 3 over 5x plus 9 and passes through 6 comma negative 4. Write it in standard form. First, we need to locate or find the right slope. In this case, the slope that was given is 3 over 5. And since we're doing something that is perpendicular, we need to first change the sign, and we need to flip the fraction, the reciprocal. So now the perpendicular slope is equal to negative 5 over 3. Then we're going to use the point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals m parentheses x minus x1. We only have 1 point, so therefore that would be my x1 and my y1. We're going to substitute the values into the formula. So it's going to be y minus negative 4 equal negative 5 over 3 parentheses x minus 6. The reason why there are two negative signs, the formula comes up with its own negative because it's y minus, and y1 is a negative 4, so it's minus minus, okay? Also, because my slope that I'm using is negative, only one of them gets the negative sign. So either you put it in the top, the numerator, or the bottom, the denominator, right? Both of them cannot be negative. Only one has to be negative. Those two negative signs will become a plus sign. Remember, that's a negative 5 in the top. So we're going to distribute it to everything in the parentheses because it's so tall it can see over the parentheses. And in the bottom is a positive 3, which will distribute to everything on the left side. So now I'm going to have 3 times y, which is 3y. 3 times positive 4 is positive 12. Negative 5 times x is negative 5x, and negative 5 times negative 6 is positive 30. We always move the number on the left regardless of the form. So in the opposite of positive 12 is actually negative 12. So I'm going to subtract 12 from both sides. Now we have 3y equal negative 5x plus 18. They want it in standard form. And for standard form, you need to move the x. The opposite of a negative 5x is positive 5x, so therefore I need to add 5x to both sides. Now I have 5x plus 3y equals 18. The only thing I need to check and make sure is that the a needs to be positive. So the coefficient of x has to be positive, and it is positive, so therefore my answer is completed. Check for understanding. Write an equation for a line that is perpendicular to y equals 7 over 4x minus 1 and passes through 9 comma negative 2. Write it in standard form. Write an equation for a line that is perpendicular to y equals 7 over 4x minus 1 and passes through 9 comma negative 2 write in standard form. First, we want to locate or find the right slope. In this case, my slope is 7 over 4. So the perpendicular slope requires me to change the sign and flip the fraction, the reciprocal. So therefore, it's going to be negative 4 over 7. Then I'm going to use the point slope form, which is y minus y1 equals to m parentheses x minus x1. That's 9 is my x1, negative 2 is my y1, and I'm going to substitute the values in. Simplify those two signs, which gives me a plus. Remember, only the top or the bottom of the fraction can be negative, not both of them, so you choose. You can put the negative sign in the bottom or in the top. I like to put it in the top because we're so used to everything with fraction being done in the top. So therefore, it's going to be a negative 4 is so high, you can see over the parentheses, so distribute to everything to the right. And the 7, which is positive, goes to the left. So I will have 7y plus 14 equal negative 4x. And negative 4 times negative 9 is positive 36. We always move the number on the left regardless because in all of the forms, slope-intercept form or in standard form, the number is always on the right. Opposite of positive 14 is negative 14, so I'm going to subtract 14 from both sides. So therefore, 7y equal negative 4x plus 22. Put in the required form, which is standard form. And in standard form, we just have to move the x. The opposite of a negative 4x is positive 4x. So therefore, we add 4x to both sides. So 4x plus 7y equal 22. And I'm going to check if the a is positive. It is positive. So therefore, that's my final answer. If it was in slope-intercept form, let's just see if it was in slope-intercept form. What would I do if it was in slope-intercept form? If you pay attention, everything is exactly the same regardless of the form. When you substitute, it looks exactly the same. You always move the number on the left. So at this point, both procedures are exactly the same. But for standard form, we move the x. But in slope-intercept form, all you have to do is divide by the coefficient of y. So the coefficient is 7, so divide everything by 7. And y is therefore equals to negative 4 over 7x plus 22 over 7. And that would be your answer. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share my channel. If you like what you saw in this video, feel free to buy me a coffee. Thank you in advance, but it's not mandatory. Thank you.